Indonesia merupakan negara ASEAN pertama yang menandatangani kemitraan komprehensif dengan Uni Eropa pada 2009. Kesepakatan yang menjadi payung hukum dan politik bagi hubungan bilateral Indonesia dan Uni Eropa ini memfasilitasi kerjasama lebih luas antara kedua negara dalam berbagai bidang. Kini kedua negara pun tengah menjajaki upaya kerjasama dalam hal perdagangan bebas melalui perjanjian kemitraan ekonomi menyeluruh Indonesia-Uni Eropa atau CPA, serta mempercepat kebijakan infrastruktur dan pertumbuhan yang ramah lingkungan. Lantas seberapa besar Presidensi G20 Indonesia di tahun 2022 ini mendorong sejumlah kemitraan strategis dengan Uni Eropa? Berikut informasinya.
Dalam publikasi tahunan EU Indonesia, Cooperation Publication 2022-2023 bertajuk Stronger Together, tercatat bahwa Uni Eropa dan negara-negara anggotanya telah memainkan peran penting untuk mendukung Indonesia dalam upaya pencapaian target pembangunan dalam Rencana Pembangunan Jangka Menengah Nasional RPJM dan juga mencapai tujuan pembangunan berkelanjutan SDGs. Seiring dengan posisi Presidensi G20 Indonesia di tahun 2022 ini, peran kerjasama antara Uni Eropa dan Indonesia pun menjadi lebih strategis dalam upaya untuk memanifestasi isu-isu prioritas G20 menjadi program nyata. Lantas seperti apa kerjasama yang saat ini tengah berlangsung dan sebesar apa atau peluang apa saja yang bisa diraih oleh kedua negara ke depannya? Saya akan membahasnya langsung dengan Duta Besar Uni Eropa untuk Indonesia, His Excellency Vincent Piket. Good morning, Ambassador Piket.
Selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi. How are you?
Excellent, thanks.
Thank you for having us here. So I'm going to straight to the first question.
Yeah.
How does the AU perceive the G20 theme that raised by Indonesia this year? Please, Ambassador.
Well, let me start by saying that this is a wonderful year for Indonesia, being on the top stage of the global policy making, and so this is an opportunity, and the European Union is supporting Indonesia completely to make it a success. Very important topics on the agenda, evidently, and the three themes of health resilience, of digital transformation, and of energy transformation are on the top of the agenda also of the European Union. So we feel that this will respond to the priorities and the challenges that the world faces right now. We all have to come to terms with climate change. It is a reality, and unless we do something about it altogether, it will lead to a tremendous crisis all over the world, in Europe, in Asia, and everywhere else.
The AU and Indonesia now in the middle of negotiating about CEPA to open wider opportunities for cooperation. So how does the improvement of this negotiating process?
The CEPA, we started it already a little while ago in 2016. We are a good way advanced, roughly half or so, but the reality is that some of the more difficult topics are still ahead of us, as is usual in a negotiation. So we have to go this last mile or 2 miles as soon as we can. We are committed to the process, and we are convinced that Indonesia wants it too. Our studies show that this agreement will be very beneficial for Indonesia, also for the EU, but more so for Indonesia, with an extra GDP of about $5 billion from the year 2032 onwards, year after year. So GDP means growth, means with jobs for the Indonesian citizens, and means quality investments from the European firms. So it is very much part of our engagement with Indonesia bilaterally, but also you need to see it in our Indo-Pacific strategy of the EU, in which we try to give a new and an extra push to our cooperation in the Indo-Pacific region. It's an inclusive strategy. It's open to everybody with whom we can find common denominators and common objectives. But we see Indonesia and ASEAN very much as the front guard in this connection for our partnership, and completing the SEPA would be a major boost.
We are developing the green transition process. How about the improvement about this negotiation?
Well, I think we can objectively say that Indonesia's green policies on environment, on climate, on energy have seen a very good development over the past, particularly the past year, ahead of the latest international climate meeting in Glasgow. So we want to cooperate with Indonesia on that. So we want to set up a very large green agenda for cooperation in all sectors on the sustainability of commodities, the sustainable use of the forest, and particularly the energy transition, which is a top issue for Europe, and pushing our renewable energy share higher, promoting efficiency in the energy sector, and also looking at other energy sources such as hydrogen.
So basically almost all the cooperation between two countries, EU and Indonesia, already reach all the potential between EU and Indonesia, or do you think there's a room for improvement?
Oh, there's a lot of room for progress if we're doing more. I think we are very happy with the relationship. We have just published this wonderful book, and do take a couple of copies with you when you leave for this morning.
We will.
And but this shows you very nice stories, real-life stories of Indonesian citizens in different places, in Sumatra and Java, in the Nusa Tenggaras and other places, showing how our cooperation can work, can produce specific benefits for individual citizens if it comes to developing the local economy or the governance, the position of women in the economy, and of course the green adjustment that everybody has to collaborate in at all levels, of course, national level, but certainly also at the community level. So that is where we want to go further. We are, I think, in a very interesting moment in our cooperation with Indonesia. After all, this is no longer a developing country. The country is too rich for that, and it's a middle-income country, and that makes it possible to have different forms of cooperation with Indonesia than we had before, and with a stronger role for lending, both from the European sovereign lenders, the development banks, the European Investment Bank, but also the development banks of France, of Germany, and a few others. So that's something that we look forward to boosting over the next period in connection with a new global investment initiative that the European Commission has proposed. It's called the Global Gateway, and it aims to generate 600 billion euros worth of investment for our partners around the globe, and that includes very particularly Indonesia, of course, the largest economy in Southeast Asia, very dynamic, with a growth path that is very fast towards 2045 high income status. So we want to support that, and we want to be part of that.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Vincent Piket.